As I stated publicly before tonight's meeting, I had invited senior members of An Garda Síochána from the Council Executive and all local councillors and Oireachtas members from the constituency to attend and to speak. And I would have hoped and had hoped that they would have welcomed that opportunity. I regret to say that yesterday morning I received a response from Superintendent Pat O'Connell indicating that the Gardaí would not be present here this evening. I'll read his email in a couple of minutes. I'm also sorry to report that the Chief Executive of Monaghan County Council, Robert Burns, has also declined the opportunity for council officials to address this meeting, and I'll read that email. I haven't received any replies to my invitation to attend and speak, which were sent to all the local councillors from all political parties, from the local TDs, from the Minister of State, from Senators Robbie Gallagher or Joe O'Reilly. Senators Pauline Tully and Sarah O'Reilly did send their apologies. Just to say, my party colleagues, including the Cathaoirleach of Monaghan County Council, Paul Gibbons, Councillors Colin Carty and Noel Keelan, and Deputy Cathy Bennett did all respond and are all here tonight.
I came here tonight because while I don't live in Carrick, I just live outside Carrick, and I always loved Carrick as a town. I've been coming in to do my shopping here for the last 33 years. There's a few of the women here will see me in Super Value on a Saturday and a Monday. And I have to say, over the last 2 years, I would be afraid. No, I wouldn't be out at night. I'm talking about 10 o'clock in the morning. And you would be afraid to walk up the street of Carrick. 2 weeks ago, I took money out of the ATM at the Bank of Ireland, and there was one of those residents from across the street stood in front of me, stood down just when I was getting my money, and I asked him to move, and he just said, no. And I did ask him to move again, and he said no. Well, I have to say, I don't know what got into me, but I did cross my arms and I just said, move out of the way now. Like, this was at 10 o'clock in the morning. I work in Carrick, I work in RD, and I worked with people that came from Lithuania and Poland, and they were all here in Carrick, coming over to make a life for themselves, earn enough money, they were sending it home. A lot of them eventually went back and built their own homes, the same as the Irish did, that went to England, went to America, and went to Australia. And that, there's no problem with that. But I know, we all know, and you know, Matt, and Colin knows, because I did email him last week, and I have to say, of the 4 local county councillors, including Noel, I did email him as well, and 2 other councillors, and Colin was the only one to come back to me with a reply. So thank you for that, at least you replied. But I have to say, a lot of us here have family that our sons and daughters go to Australia because there's nothing here for them. Now, do you think that they go over with a few $1,000s, when it's gone, don't worry, the state will keep me? No, they don't. And the Irish years ago never went to any other country and got handouts. So why are we accepting? There's no problem with anyone coming over here to work, make a life for themselves and contribute to society. But we all know that on the main street alone of this town, there's 2 ghettos, a John Joe's and up beside TW stores. It's a disgrace and it saddens me. I used to only, when I go to Dundalk, lock the door of my car when I'd be in it, just for safety. It's just a thing I did. I now lock my car door when I get into it when I'm coming into Carrickmacross, and I never thought I'd say that.
Now, my concern is, I have 11 grandkids. They park down in Loch. My daughter can't let her kids out because the little paving blocks have been picked up and fired at Irish kids. So they can't go out to play, you can't leave them over to the park in Claw Valley, it's too dangerous. Where are they meant to play? They have to be kept in the house, back garden only. When my kids were small, they'd go to the play park, come home when the lights came on. The street lights came on, they knew to come home. Now kids can't be left out to play.
Thank you.
Thanks very much for taking that up, because nobody else has taken it up here tonight. Our schools doctors, everything is overrun. And it's not fair. The kids in the town is not getting the attention, the support they need in the schools because it's been spent somewhere else. Now, you tell me, because I cannot make sense of this, how there is kids in an Irish school that can't speak English. It doesn't make sense. And it's not fair on our grandkids that's growing up now. There's going to be nothing in this town, and this town is dead. Oh, Matt, sorry. You grew up in this town the same time I did. We all went to the Fiddlers, we all went everywhere. There wasn't that much fighting, apart from you sorted it out yourself. But I lived in Claw Valley and was not afraid to walk from the town down to Claw Valley on my own, 2-3 o'clock in the morning. You can't walk from the top of the town to the bottom of the town now. And as I say, it's my grandchildren, everybody else's grandchildren here that's going to be affected. The Irish people in this country is entitled to nothing, but yet people can come in. There's an awful lot of people in this country that needs medical cards, that's paying their taxes and everything else, but they're not entitled. The money is being thrown out ridiculously. Wasted, totally wasted. And as somebody else said, we go to another country. We respect their rules. And we do not get handed a penny from nobody. And it is our government that's destroying us. And this word racist is a joke. Because it's our government that has us feeling the way we feel today.
So Emma, there's just 2 rows back
It's on the
there.
HSE website today, and it says free GP clinics. These services are for Roma communities, protection applicants and undocumented migrants only, without access to primary care services. Like, come on. They're doing the same thing in the schools. I heard the schools are being approached to take on non-national children before the Irish children. So something has to be done, and very, very soon.
These single young men coming from other countries, where's the wives and kids?
You're fighting the war.
Where are these women and children? They're all men. And another thing, Matt, would you feel safe with your wife or one of your kids walking uptown any evening on their own? Be honest.
Answer it. Answer.
I actually am one of his children, by the way.
Do you feel safe going uptown on your own in the evening time for a walk?
No,